When you look at a dog, you're not just looking at a pet. You're looking at 10,000 years of history made flesh. But have you ever wondered what they're actually seeing when they stare back at you? From the way they track time through fading scents, to the hidden sixth sense that aligns them with the Earth's magnetic field, dogs live in a world far richer and more mysterious than we ever imagined. Today we're diving into the secret language of sighs, the biology of unconditional love, and why a dog's presence can literally change your DNA. If you've ever loved a dog, you need to see this. Welcome to the sanctuary of dreamy science stories. Tonight, we drift into the gentle, enduring world of dogs, those steadfast companions who have walked the long road of history beside us. From the smallest lap dog resting on a silken cushion to the majestic working breeds in the high mountains, these souls have woven themselves into the very fabric of our lives. They are the quiet witnesses to our sorrow and the exuberant partners in our joy, offering a love that asks for nothing but presence. Tonight, we shall explore the soft rhythms of their hearts and the ancient, invisible threads that bind our species together. If you find peace in these slow reflections, I invite you to join our circle by subscribing or leaving a quiet thought below. It helps our community grow, one restful soul at a time. For now, simply let go. Settle into the warmth of your blankets and allow the steady breath of these stories to carry you toward the edge of sleep. The story begins in a world draped in frost and shadow, tens of thousands of years ago. Long before the first foundations of cities were laid, or the first wild horses were tamed, there was the dog. Somewhere in the deep silence of the Ice Age, between 15 and 40,000 years ago, wolves began to linger at the periphery of human flickers. They were drawn by the scent of roasted meat, the flickering amber of the hearth, and perhaps a strange, unspoken curiosity. Over the vast stretching of centuries, the boldest and most tranquil of these predators drew closer still. They learned to interpret the tilt of a human head and the softness of a human voice. Slowly, almost invisibly, they transformed, occupying a liminal space between the wild forest and the domestic fire. This partnership reshaped the destiny of both wolf and man. In the shivering darkness, we found guardians and hunters. They found safety, sustenance, and a place by the fire. It was a bond forged in the cold, built on a foundation of mutual survival that eventually blossomed into something like love. Every dog today, from the delicate Chihuahua to the noble Great Dane, carries the ancient echo of that first wolf who decided to step out of the dark and walk beside us. This transformation was not a hurried affair, for nature moves with a slow and patient hand. The journey from the fierce, independent wolf to the loyal companion was a gradual softening of the spirit. Early humans did not consciously design the dogs we know today. Instead, the quiet hand of natural selection guided the way. The wolves that possessed a gentler disposition, those more playful, less fearful, and more attuned to human signals, thrived in the shadow of our camps. They lived longer, ate better, and raised more litters. With every passing generation, the wild edges began to round. Their ears softened and flopped, their tails took on a friendly curl, and their barks shifted in pitch to communicate with their new family. Their coats began to show the dappled colors of the earth and sky. Scientists call this domestication syndrome, but to the ancients, it must have felt like a miracle of trust. Thousands of years of shared hunts and shared meals, of puppies and children growing up together under the same stars, turned the predator into a friend. They became dogs, creatures with eyes that look back at us with a profound, quiet understanding. As civilizations rose and fell, dogs were often elevated to the realm of the sacred. In the sun-drenched sands of ancient Egypt, archaeologists have uncovered dog mummies, wrapped in fine linens and buried with the solemnity of kings. To the Egyptians, these animals were the earthly shadows of Anubis, the jackal-headed guide who shepherded souls through the halls of the afterlife. They were the protectors of the spirit, just as they had been protectors of the home. In the marble cities of Greece, dogs were celebrated in verse and stone for their unwavering courage. The philosopher Diogenes even found such grace in their simplicity that he accepted the title of the dog as a mark of honor. Far across the seas, the Aztecs and Maya walked beside the Xoloitzcuintli, believing these hairless guardians were the only ones who could light the way through the dark tunnels of the underworld. From the temples of China, where stone lion dogs stood watch over sacred gates, to the bustling markets of Rome, every culture recognized that dogs were more than mere animals. They were mirrors reflecting our own capacity for devotion, guardians not just of our gates, but of our hearts. The science behind this connection is as beautiful as the bond itself. A dog's ability to read our internal landscape is near miraculous. When a smile touches your lips, or a shadow of worry crosses your brow, they sense the shift instantly. They are masters of the unspoken, decoding the subtle language of our bodies and the tremors in our voices. They follow the direction of our gaze with a precision that eludes even our closest primate relatives. Studies reveal that dogs can distinguish the light of a happy face from the darkness of an angry one, even when looking at a photograph of a stranger. This isn't just a learned trick, it is hardwired into their biology, refined over millennia of looking to us for guidance. When your dog tilts their head as you speak, they are listening for more than sounds. They are searching for the soul of the message, trying to understand what you need and how you feel. They watch us with a focus that is almost human because they have spent thousands of years learning to see us more clearly than we often see ourselves. When you look into your dog's eyes, a chemical symphony begins to play within your brain. This gaze triggers the release of oxytocin, the love hormone that bonds a mother to her child or two lifelong friends to one another. But the wonder does not stop there. The dog's brain responds in kind, flooding their own system with the same warm wave of affection. This creates a beautiful feedback loop of biological peace. You feel love, they feel love, and the bond tightens on a cellular level. Researchers have tracked these hormone levels in laboratories, confirming what every dog owner has always known in their heart. This connection is not a mere behavior. It is biological. Our bodies recognize one another as family, as partners in the long journey of life. It is an affection written into the very chemistry of our being. Ancient promise kept by the brain and the blood. In the quietest moments, when a dog rests its heavy head upon its person's lap, their very heartbeats begin to sync. Scientists have observed that when a human and dog are relaxed together, their cardiovascular rhythms begin to fall into a shared harmony. As the person's breath slows into the depths of meditation or sleep, the dog's pulse often follows, mirroring the calm of their pack leader. If the human heart quickens in a moment of stress, the dog's heart may rise in sympathy. This happens without effort or conscious thought. It is the body's silent way of declaring a shared identity. To rest beside a dog is to share more than just a room. It is to share a rhythm, a breath, and the steady, quiet beating of two hearts finding a common pace in the stillness of the night. Finally, we consider the vast, invisible world they navigate through their senses. A dog's sense of smell is tens of thousands of times more potent than our own. While we walk through a park and see the green of the trees, a dog is reading a complex, layered history written in scent. They can smell the fox that passed by hours ago, the rain gathering in the clouds miles away, and the fading trail of a neighbor's arrival. With up to 300 million scent receptors, compared to our modest 6 million, their world is a vibrant tapestry of aromas. The portion of their brain dedicated to this sense is 40 times larger than ours. Every breeze is a story. Every street corner is a library of information. When your dog pauses to sniff a blade of grass, they are not simply idling. They are catching up on the news of the world, exploring a universe of invisible signals that reveal the health, mood, and history of everything around them. Their noses are so sensitive they can even detect the subtle chemical changes of disease within the human body, sensing illness long before we are aware of it ourselves. They are truly guardians of our well-being, sensing the world in ways we can only begin to imagine. The intricate alchemy of a dog's nose extends far beyond the simple pursuit of a trail. It is a profound diagnostic tool, tuned to the very chemistry of our survival. They move through a world of volatile organic compounds, detecting the molecular shifts that occur when the human body begins to falter. In the quiet of a bedroom, a dog may nudge its owner awake, sensing a dangerous drop in blood sugar before a machine ever could. Others have been known to pause, resting their snout against a spot on their companion's body where a silent tumor has only just begun to grow, offering the gift of time. In clinics across the globe, these four-legged healers are being invited into the world of medicine, screening for illness with a speed and grace that often surpasses our most complex technology. This is not a trick of training, but an ancient natural sensitivity, a silent guardianship that watches over our health with every breath they draw. While we inhabit a world of limited sound, dogs live within a vast, invisible symphony. Their ears are sensitive to frequencies reaching up to 65,000 hertz, capturing a sonic landscape that remains forever silent to us. They hear the ultrasonic rustle of a mouse behind a distant wall and the high-pitched hum of the electronics that fill our modern homes. This is why a dog may bark at a seemingly empty corner or appear restless near a television. They are reacting to a chorus of sounds we cannot even perceive. When the house feels still to you, remember that for your companion, the air is alive with information, the distant whistle of the wind or the rhythmic vibration of the world. When their ears prick up in the darkness, trust that they are listening to something real, navigating a three-dimensional map of sound that paints a picture even in the deepest midnight. This auditory precision is made possible by more than a dozen delicate muscles that allow each ear to swivel independently, much like radar dishes scanning the horizon. This is a lingering gift from their wolf ancestors, who relied on sound to pinpoint the rustle of prey in thick, lightless forests. Even today, a dog can track two distinct sounds from different directions simultaneously, tilting one ear toward the garden and the other toward a footstep in the hallway. Their ears do more than just listen. They reveal the shifting tides of their emotions. Ears pulled back may speak of a quiet uncertainty or fear, while ears pricked forward signal a sharp, joyful curiosity. By simply watching the movement of these velvet listeners, we can begin to understand the inner world of a creature that experiences every moment as a precisely mapped landscape of echoes and whispers. Contrary to the myths of the past, dogs do not see the world in a stark canvas of black and white. Instead, they perceive a palette of soft blues and vibrant yellows, much like a human with red-green color blindness. While the deep reds of a rose or the lush greens of a meadow may appear to them as shades of weathered brown or gentle gray, they gain a different kind of clarity in exchange. Behind their retinas lies the tapetum lucidum, a reflective mirror that allows them to see with startling sharpness in the fading light of dusk. Their eyes are tuned for the silver hours of twilight and the sudden flicker of movement. Where we see a rich spectrum of color, they see the world in motion, a vision perfectly suited for the dawn hunters they once were. The language of the dog is a nuanced dance of signals, where even the wag of a tail carries a hidden vocabulary. A sweeping wag is a warm invitation, yet a stiff, high vibration can signal a quiet tension. Scientists have even observed that a wag favoring the right side reflects a heart full of positive emotion, while a lean to the left may hint at a subtle anxiety. Their faces, too, are incredibly expressive, possessing over 100 distinct signals. They have developed the ability to raise a single eyebrow in a way that mirrors our own expressions of concern, a trait evolved specifically to bridge the gap between our two species. This soulful gaze is a bridge built over millennia, a shared language of the eyes that allows two different beings to understand one another without a single word being spoken. In the park or the living room, you may see a dog drop their front legs low while keeping their rear high, the play bow. This is a universal proclamation of joy, a signal that transcends all breeds and ages. It is a way of saying, all that follows is in the spirit of fun. It is a beautiful, simple gesture of trust that diffuses tension and invites connection. Yet, not every signal is as it seems. Even a yawn can be a message. In the quiet of a vet's office or a crowded room, a dog may yawn not out of tiredness, but as a way to self-soothe and signal peace to those around them. It is a soft plea for calm in a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming. As we watch them, their ears shifting, their tails signaling, their hearts beating in time with our own, we realize that they are constantly speaking to us, inviting us into a life of quiet wonder and unconditional devotion. The ears of a dog are like velvet semaphores, shifting with the rapid currents of their silent emotions. When they lean forward, they signal a heart full of curiosity and confidence, as if the dog is leaning into the very essence of the moment. Conversely, when the ears are drawn back, flattened against the skull, they tell a story of vulnerability, a gentle plea for peace or a sign of quiet submission. Even in breeds with heavy, drooping ears like the basset hound, the muscles at the base continue this ancient dance. If you watch closely, you can see the subtle tension and release as they monitor the world around them. These movements, combined with the language of the tail and eyes, offer us a window into a soul that is constantly communicating, even in the deepest silence of the night. The journey of a puppy begins in a world of absolute darkness and hushed stillness. They are born into this life both blind and deaf, cradled in a fragile vulnerability that is actually a profound biological strategy. For the first 2 weeks, their entire universe is composed of the warmth of their mother's fur and the comforting scent of her milk. They navigate by touch, small explorers crawling through a landscape of softness. This time of total dependence is when the foundations of trust are laid, a period where the brain is a quiet sponge, absorbing the security of the pack before the overwhelming flood of the senses truly begins. Around the 2nd week of life, a miracle of awakening occurs. The sealed lids of a puppy's eyes begin to part, often one before the other, revealing cloudy, indigo pupils that seem to gaze out from a dream. At first, the world is a blurred tapestry of light and shadow, but day by day, the fog clears. They begin to recognize the shape of a sibling's head and the familiar silhouette of their mother. This is the moment they truly wake up to the complexity of existence, as their eyes shift from the blue-gray of infancy to the warm ambers and hazels of adulthood. It is a tender transition, a literal opening of a window into the vibrant world they will soon inhabit. In the tumbling, yipping chaos of the litter, puppies undergo their first great education. Between 2 and 3 months of age, they learn the vital rules of being a dog through the medium of play. As they wrestle and nip, they discover the boundaries of their own strength. A sharp yelp from a sibling teaches them the essential lesson of bite inhibition, the art of being gentle. Those who miss these early lessons with their littermates may struggle to read the social cues of others later in life. In these golden weeks of puppyhood, every chase and every tumble is a classroom, where the foundational rules of empathy and communication are etched into their spirits. This imprint period is perhaps the most delicate window in a dog's life. From 3 to 12 weeks, their minds are extraordinarily receptive, deciding in these fleeting days whether the world is a place of wonder or a place of fear. Positive encounters with the hum of a vacuum, the vibration of a car, or the laughter of children act as seeds of confidence that will grow for a lifetime. Conversely, a lack of stimulation can leave a dog feeling adrift in an anxious world. It is a sacred responsibility to guide them through this time, showing them that the universe is wide, safe, and full of friends waiting to be met. To watch a puppy is to watch a creature that lives largely in the realm of dreams. They may sleep for 20 hours a day, collapsing into sudden, deep slumbers in the middle of a play session. But this is not idleness, it is the hard work of creation. As their tiny paws twitch and soft whimpers escape their lips, their brains are busy weaving memories into neural pathways and mending the wear of rapid growth. Even as adults, dogs remain creatures of rest, spending more than half their lives in a state of peaceful repose. For a puppy, sleep is the crucible in which the adult dog is forged, a quiet time where the experiences of the day are transformed into the wisdom of tomorrow. Beyond their instincts, dogs possess a linguistic intelligence that continues to surprise the world. For years, we believed they heard only our tone, but science now reveals they can understand the specific architecture of words. Some, like the legendary border collie named Chaser, have mastered vocabularies of over 1,000 items, rivaling the linguistic grasp of a human child. They learn by association, tethering our sounds to the objects and actions they love. When you speak to your dog, they are not merely hearing noise. They are decoding your intent, listening for the familiar anchors of walk, ball, or friend, and finding meaning in the soft cadence of your voice. Among all the breeds, the Border Collie stands as a titan of canine intellect. Bred for centuries in the mist-covered hills of Scotland, they were selected for an almost obsessive focus and an uncanny ability to solve problems independently. A Border Collie can learn a new command in the time it takes to draw a few deep breaths, obeying with a precision that feels almost telepathic. Yet, this high-wire intelligence requires a purpose. Without a task to challenge their wandering minds, they can become restless spirits. They remind us that the bond between our species is one of mutual growth, a partnership where we provide the love and they provide a brilliant, unwavering devotion that illuminates our lives. These brilliant minds do not just seek activity, they seek a purpose. Whether it is the rhythmic dance of herding, the strategic challenge of a puzzle, or the high-stakes thrill of a canine sport, these dogs thrive when they have a job to do. For the companion who is ready for such intensity, a Border Collie is a partner of unparalleled devotion. For the unprepared, they are a whirlwind. This brilliance is a legacy etched into their lineage over centuries. Every breed we recognize today was carefully shaped by human hands and historical necessity. Retrievers were gifted with soft mouths and a love for the water to gently recover game. Terriers were forged with a fearless, tenacious spirit to guard the hearth from vermin. Scent hounds were given noses that could unravel a mystery over miles of rugged terrain, while the great guardian breeds like the Anatolian Shepherd were granted a colossal, vigilant strength to protect the flock under the open stars. Each dog carries the ghost of its original purpose, a hardwired instinct that still hums within them, even as they rest quietly on a suburban rug. In the world of the dog, knowledge is often a shared treasure. They are master observers, learning not just through trial and error, but through the social fabric of their community. A puppy watches its mother to learn the secret language of the pack, what is safe, where to go, and how to navigate the complexities of life. This observational wisdom ripples through multi-dog households. A newcomer learns the cadence of the home by watching the elders. They see the leash and learn of the coming walk. They hear a soft word and learn the peace of the evening settle. This communal intelligence means that to train one is often to inadvertently teach the many. They are constantly absorbing, imitating, and reflecting the world around them, reminding us that they do not exist as isolated beings, but as members of a sophisticated, observant society. The bridge between our species is built most strongly with the bricks of kindness. For generations, we believed that dominance and fear were the only ways to lead, but modern science has illuminated a gentler path. Positive reinforcement, the simple act of rewarding a desired choice, has proven to be the most effective way to reach a dog's heart. When a dog is met with a treat or a soft word of praise for sitting, they learn that cooperation brings joy. This method does more than teach a trick. It builds a foundation of profound trust. Unlike the shadow of punishment, which can leave a dog anxious and uncertain, rewards create a confident companion who is eager to try, to explore, and to bond. It turns training into a shared game, a rhythmic conversation where kindness is the most powerful tool we possess. In the quiet corners of our world, service dogs are performing daily miracles that transform the lives they touch. They are the eyes for the blind, navigating the chaotic currents of city streets with a calm, steady grace. They are the ears for the deaf, alerting their partners to the soft cry of a baby or the urgent chime of a doorbell. Some provide the strength to pull a wheelchair or the intuition to sense a medical crisis before it arrives, while others offer a grounding presence for those navigating the storms of trauma. These are not merely pets, they are dedicated professionals, undergoing years of rigorous preparation to become the silent pillars of their partner's independence. Their devotion is a testament to the heights a partnership can reach when two species commit to one another's well-being. While service dogs focus their love on one, therapy dogs share their light with the many. These gentle souls walk the halls of hospitals, nursing homes, and schools, offering a warmth that medicine cannot always provide. A therapy dog might rest a heavy head on a hospital bed, allowing a patient to find a moment of peace in the softness of their fur. They sit as patient, non-judgmental listeners for children learning to read, and they offer a silent embrace to those reeling from tragedy. The mere presence of a calm dog can lower our blood pressure and flood our systems with the same oxytocin that makes us feel safe and loved. They are the quiet healers, reminding us that even in our darkest hours, there is still softness and connection to be found in the world. When the world falls apart, when the earth shakes or the snow slides, the search and rescue dogs move toward the danger. Their noses are capable of finding a single human scent beneath tons of rubble or miles of wilderness, covering ground with a speed no human could match. From the tragic echoes of Ground Zero to the vast reaches of forests where hikers have lost their way, these dogs work with an unwavering determination to bring hope to the hopeless. It is a grueling, emotional mission for both dog and handler, built on a foundation of absolute trust and a shared quest to bring the lost back home. Every life saved is a tribute to their incredible skill and the quiet, heroic persistence that defines their spirit. At the busy intersections of our modern world, airports, borders, and checkpoints, detection dogs stand as silent sentinels. Their noses, far more sophisticated than any machine, can peel back the layers of the invisible to find what is hidden. They guard us from danger, detecting explosives and narcotics with a precision that keeps communities safe. Some find hidden currency to combat crime, while others protect our very ecosystems by sniffing out invasive pests at the border. Working in a subtle dance with their handlers, they communicate through a vocabulary of scratches, barks, or quiet sits. Their work is an invisible shield, protecting the public and ensuring our safety, all while seeking nothing more than the joy of the task and the bond with their human partner. For the dog, this tireless work is rarely felt as a burden. Instead, it is a magnificent game, a complex puzzle to be solved using their extraordinary senses to earn a single word of praise from the one they love most. Even in our age of cold automation, the herding dog remains an indispensable soul on the vast ranches and rolling hills of the world. Border collies, kelpies, and Australian shepherds move like shadows among the flocks, responding to the haunting trill of a whistle or a silent hand signal from a distance. A master of their craft, a herding dog can pick a single sheep from a sea of white wool, guiding hundreds of animals through narrow gates with an intuition that feels almost supernatural. They read the subtle shifts in the livestock's weight, anticipating a move before it even happens, a redirected wolf instinct now tuned to the frequency of human cooperation. For these dogs, herring is not merely a task. It is their identity, a rhythmic dance of precision and purpose performed under the open sky. In the frozen reaches of the far north, where the wind howls across infinite plains of white, the sled dog has been a partner in human survival for millennia. Breeds like the Siberian Husky and the Alaskan Malamute were forged in the heart of winter to carry life-saving supplies through storms that would seize the gears of any machine. Even today, they remain the masters of the ice. To witness a team before a race is to see a portrait of pure, unbridled joy. They leap in their harnesses, barking at the frost, straining to feel the bite of the wind against their fur. For the sled dog, the wilderness is not a hardship to be endured. It is a realm of absolute freedom, where their tireless endurance and ancestral drive are finally given room to breathe. While some move the flock, others stand as silent sentinels. Throughout the long tapestry of history, we have relied on the guardian breeds to watch over what we hold dear. Livestock guardians like the Great Pyrenees and the Anatolian Shepherd do not drive the animals. They live among them, bonding with the sheep as if they were their own kin. They are creatures of immense calm and gentleness until a threat emerges from the shadows, at which point they become fierce and immovable shields against the wild. In our homes, the German Shepherd and the Doberman carry this same ancient vigil. They are the quiet protectors who know the difference between a welcome guest and a shadow at the door, offering a sense of security that is inherited from their wolf ancestors, a gift of vigilance that allows their families to sleep in peace. The connection we share with dogs possesses a profound healing power that reaches into the very chemistry of our bodies. The simple, rhythmic act of stroking a dog's fur is a form of ancient therapy. As your hand moves through their coat, the stress hormone cortisol begins to ebb away, replaced by a surge of serotonin and dopamine, the heralds of happiness and calm. Blood pressure softens, the heart finds a steadier beat, and the nervous system shifts from the frantic energy of fight or flight into the quiet sanctuary of rest and digest. For those navigating the turbulent waters of anxiety or trauma, the presence of a dog is a lifeline, a meditative connection with a creature who asks for no explanations and offers a love that is as steady as the earth itself. This bond is so potent that it actually extends the tapestry of our lives. Those who walk the path of life with a dog tend to live longer, healthier years, driven by the quiet necessity of daily walks and the joy of shared movement. Beyond the physical, dogs bridge the gaps between us and our communities. A walk through the neighborhood becomes a series of social ripples, connecting us to neighbors and friends. For the elderly or those living in solitude, a dog provides a vital routine, a reason to rise with the sun and a sense of being needed. In the quiet aftermath of a heart attack, survivors with dogs have been found to have significantly higher rates of recovery, proving that these companions do not just fill our days with joy, they literally strengthen the hearts that beat for them. For a child, growing up with a dog is a masterclass in empathy and the quiet weight of responsibility. To care for a living being, to remember the water bowl and the afternoon walk, is to learn that one's actions matter to another. Children watch their dogs, learning to read the language of a tucked tail or a joyful bark, developing a sensitivity to the emotions of others that will serve them for a lifetime. They learn the patient grace of caring for an elder and the bittersweet cycle of life itself. For children who navigate the world differently, such as those with autism, a dog is a non-judgmental sanctuary, a friend who does not care for social cues or perfect words, but simply loves them exactly as they are. This consistent, unconditional devotion teaches a child the most important lesson of all, that they are profoundly worthy of love. Yet, because the bond is so deep, the departure of a dog is a loss of staggering proportions. Though society may sometimes whisper that it was just a pet, those who have felt the weight of a dog's head on their knee know better. To lose a dog is to lose a daily witness to your life, a source of comfort that never faltered. The grief is real, encompassing every stage of mourning, the anger, the depression, and the hollow silence where the click of nails on the floor used to be. This sorrow should be honored as a testament to the depth of the relationship. It is the price we pay for a decade of pure, uncomplicated devotion. To grieve deeply is the final act of love, a recognition that the bond was as meaningful as any other in the human experience. In the folklore of those who have loved and lost, there is a place of eternal spring called the Rainbow Bridge. It is a story whispered to bring comfort to the aching heart, envisioning a meadow where the old are young again and the weary are full of life. In the quiet folklore of those who have loved and lost, there is a meadow that rests at the very edge of heaven, a place known as the Rainbow Bridge. It is envisioned as a vast, sun-drenched expanse where dogs who have departed this world find themselves whole and vibrant once more. Here, the ache of age, the sting of illness, and the weight of old injuries fall away like autumn leaves. They run through the long grass with a boundless energy, waiting with a gentle, patient joy for the day their person finally appears on the horizon. When that moment arrives, the dog's eyes light up with a recognition that spans lifetimes. They race across the meadow, and in a flurry of wagging tails and joyful nuzzles, the two are reunited, never to be parted again. This story is not a matter of cold theology, but a soft, shimmering veil of comfort, a reminder that love, in its truest form, is a bond that not even death can fully sever. Beyond the ethereal, the physical world of dogs is a masterpiece of diversity, featuring over 300 recognized breeds that span an incredible spectrum of form and spirit. From the towering, noble silhouette of the Irish Wolfhound to the tiny, spirited Chihuahua, the variety is a testament to the long, creative dialogue between humans and the canine species. Some, like the Basenji of the African plains or the elegant Saluki of the Middle East, are living fossils, ancient breeds that have moved through history virtually unchanged, watching the rise and fall of empires with the same steady gaze they possessed thousands of years ago. Others are the architects of a newer era, bred with meticulous care to be the perfect jogging partner, the ultimate guardian, or simply a source of laughter in a quiet home. While purebred dogs offer the beauty of predictability, the world of the mixed-breed dog, the beloved mutt, offers the strength of resilience. These dogs are the beneficiaries of genetic diversity, a process known as hybrid vigor that often leaves them with sturdier immune systems and longer lives than their pedigreed cousins. In a mixed-breed dog, you might find a one-of-a-kind alchemy, the sharp, silver intelligence of a poodle blended with the warm, golden loyalty of a Labrador. They are a beautiful reminder that perfection is not found in a set of papers, but in the unique, unpredictable character of an individual soul. To love a rescue dog is to embrace a surprise, a singular creature who proves that health and heart are far more valuable than a storied lineage. In recent years, our desire to blend the best of both worlds has led to the rise of designer breeds, intentional crosses like the Labradoodle or the Golden Doodle. These are the modern chapters of an ongoing story, born from the hope of combining the friendly spirit of a retriever with the hypoallergenic coat of a poodle. While these crosses are still evolving and lack the strict consistency of established breeds, they represent our continued effort to refine the partnership between us. At the same time, we find a quieter, more urgent movement to save the world's rare breeds. From the six-toed Norwegian Lundhund to the Otterhound, which is now rarer than the giant panda, these dogs are repositories of unique traits and cultural history. Preserving them is an act of stewardship, ensuring that the genetic library of the dog remains rich and varied for generations to come. Beneath the fur and the charm lies a body of intricate, physical marvels. If you look closely into a dog's eye, you may catch a glimpse of the third eyelid, the nictitating membrane, a translucent shield that sweeps across the eye like a gentle windshield wiper. It is an ancient evolutionary gift, protecting their vision from the dust of the trail, and keeping their eyes lubricated and clear. Even their noses, those powerful engines of scent, carry a secret identity. The pattern of ridges and creases on a dog's nose is entirely unique, a biological fingerprint that remains unchanged from the first breath of puppyhood to the final, quiet years of old age. As the evening settles and the world grows still, let these stories of loyalty, history, and biological wonder settle over you. The dog is more than a companion. They are a bridge to our own past, a mirror of our better selves, and a constant source of quiet grace. Whether they are purebred or mixed, ancient or new, they walk beside us with a devotion that is as steady as the stars above. Now, as the light fades and the silence of the night deepens, allow the warmth of this ancient bond to carry you into a restful sleep, wrapped in the peaceful knowledge that you are never truly alone. The texture of a dog's nose is a delicate barometer of their internal world. While we often seek the reassuring touch of a cool, moist nose, a dry one isn't always a cause for concern. It simply reflects a moment of rest. That thin layer of glistening mucus is actually a functional marvel. It acts as a magnet for scent particles, pulling the invisible stories of the wind closer to their sensory receptors. Every damp nudge against your hand is more than an affection. It is a signature, a tactile connection that enhances their extraordinary perception of the world. While they may leave a trail of damp paw prints on a warm floor, dogs do not sweat as we do. Their sweat glands are nestled only within the pads of their feet, a small concession to the heat. To truly find balance in the sun, they rely on the rhythmic, cooling grace of panting. As they evaporate moisture from their tongues and lungs, they chill the blood that sustains them. It is a vital system, yet one with limits we must respect. For those with shorter faces and quieter airways, like the gentle bulldog or the spirited pug, the heat can be a heavy burden. We honor their loyalty by providing the shade and water they need, mindful that their anatomy has boundaries even when their spirits do not. The way a dog perceives the passage of time remains one of the great, quiet mysteries of the natural world. They do not watch the ticking of a clock, yet they anticipate the arrival of their person and the coming of the evening meal with a precision that defies explanation. Some believe they track the fading of a scent as the day ages, or sense the subtle shift in the angle of the sun as it paints the walls of the home. To a dog, time is not a series of numbers, but a collection of rhythms, the presence of love, the absence of a friend, and the joyful anticipation of a reunion. Whether we have been gone for moments or hours, their greeting is the same, proving that in their world, the heart is the only true keeper of time. In the silence of their movements, dogs are also tuned to the very heartbeat of the planet. They possess a hidden sensitivity to the Earth's magnetic field, an invisible compass that seems to guide their orientation. Studies have shown that when the magnetic field is calm, dogs often align themselves with the north-south axis in their most private moments. It is a whisper of their wild ancestors, a vestigial gift that helps them maintain a mental map of their territory. They navigate a world woven with invisible forces, sensing the pull of the poles and the subtle shifts of the earth, reminding us that their reality is richer and more complex than our senses can ever fully grasp. The life of a dog is marked by small, charming transformations. Many are born with noses of soft pink that gradually darken into the rich blacks, browns, and livers of adulthood. In the winter months, some experience the snow nose, a gentle fading of pigment that returns with the summer sun. Even their expressions of joy are a physical labor. A vigorous tail wag is a full-body exertion, a choice to burn energy simply to show the depth of their happiness. Sometimes, this joy is so exuberant it leads to happy tail, where the intensity of their affection outpaces the strength of their own skin. It is a poignant reminder that for a dog, love is never a half-hearted gesture. It is a physical commitment. We see their ancient instincts in the way they graze on grass like tiny domestic cattle, a behavior that remains a lingering puzzle. Is it a way to soothe an upset stomach, or simply a taste for the textures of the earth? We see it in the zoom eyes, those frantic, looping bursts of energy that seize them after a bath or a meal. These are not mere accidents of movement, but a release of pure vitality, a shedding of all restraint in favor of the sheer pleasure of being alive. It is a moment of unself-conscious joy that invites us to live, if only for a few seconds, entirely in the present. As the night deepens and your companion settles beside you, their breathing slows into the deep rhythms of sleep. You may notice their paws twitching or hear a soft, muffled bark escaping their lips. They are entering the realm of REM sleep, the stage where dreams are born. Scientific studies of their brainwaves confirm that their sleep patterns mirror our own, suggesting that as they drift, they are revisiting the triumphs of the day. What do they dream about in those quiet hours? Perhaps they are chasing a phantom rabbit through a meadow of gold, or feeling the wind in their fur as they race toward a familiar voice. In the silence of the night, they remain our faithful partners, even in the wanderings of their dreams. Sleep now, and let the warmth of their presence and the mystery of their world guide you into a deep and peaceful rest. While we can never truly step inside the theater of their minds, those who watch a dog sleep know that their inner world is as vivid as the one we share. Researchers believe that as their paws twitch and soft, muffled barks escape their lips, they are reliving the simple, profound glories of their day. Chasing a bright yellow ball through the tall grass, the scent of the morning woods, or the warmth of a hand upon their head. It is in the vulnerability of these dreams that the tapestry of their lives is replayed, a testament to a spirit that carries the day's experiences into the sanctuary of rest. Puppies and elders dream most often, their minds either building or preserving the connections that define them. To witness this is to glimpse a private, silent joy, where the heart continues to run even when the body is still. Yet, this sensitivity can also bring a quiet distress, particularly when the sky grows dark with the approach of a thunderstorm. For many dogs, the panic of a storm is not merely a reaction to the thunder's roar, but a physical response to the very air itself. Their coats can gather a charge of static electricity, delivering uncomfortable shocks that we cannot feel. This is why a frightened dog may seek the grounding cold of a bathtub or the safety of a tiled floor, not out of irrational fear, but as an instinctive attempt to find peace from a world that has suddenly become physically unsettling. The shift in barometric pressure can weigh upon them, making their bodies feel heavy and strange. When we offer a gentle pressure wrap or a quiet corner during a storm, we are acknowledging a physical reality that remains invisible to us, meeting their silent discomfort with a patient, grounding empathy. This desire to understand us is perhaps most visible in the classic head tilt, a gesture so endearing it has become a symbol of the canine heart. When a dog cocks their head to the side as we speak, they are engaged in a beautiful act of focus. By shifting the angle of their ears, they better capture the nuances of our tone and the location of our voice, while simultaneously moving their muzzle to see the expressions of our mouths more clearly. It is a visible bridge between two species, a sign that they are truly listening, trying with all their might to decode the mysteries of our intent. It is connection made visible, a silent promise that your words, and the feelings behind them, are the most important things in their universe. For some, this connection with the world extends into the realm of the water. Certain breeds are born with a grace that is almost sea-like, possessing pronounced webbing between their toes that acts like a set of natural flippers. The Labrador Retriever, the Newfoundland, and the Portuguese water dog move through the waves with a power that feels ancient and destined. Their thick, water-resistant coats and rudder-like tails turn the lake or the river into a playground rather than an obstacle. For these dogs, the call of the water is a pull of the blood, an inherited memory of retrieving nets and rescuing the lost. a heritage that lives on in every joyful splash and every powerful stroke through the deep. In the quiet details of their movements, we find even more layers of individuality. Just as we are right or left-handed, dogs possess a paw preference that offers a window into their emotional lives. A male dog may favor his left paw, while a female may lean toward her right, and this simple choice may even hint at their temperament. Those with a strong preference often walk through the world with a quiet confidence, while those who are ambidextrous may carry a more sensitive, reactive spirit. It is yet another way that each dog is a singular masterpiece, a collection of unique traits and silent preferences that make them who they are. In their social world, they navigate a landscape far more nuanced than the old myths of dominance would suggest. Modern understanding reveals a flexible, cooperative society built on relationships and mutual respect rather than a rigid hierarchy. Within a group, one may be the courageous leader of play, another the watchful guardian of the meal, and another the gentle peacemaker who diffuses tension with a soft nudge. They are far more interested in the harmony of the pack than in the pursuit of power, using a complex language of ritualized gestures to resolve conflicts before they even begin. It is a community built on the quiet wisdom of negotiation, a lesson in peace that they offer to us every day. This social brilliance is anchored by a memory that is both long and deep. A dog carries the past with them, remembering the scent and spirit of a childhood friend or the face of a human who once meant the world to them, even after years of separation. When they are reunited with an old companion, the explosion of joy that follows is proof that their bonds are durable enough to survive the passage of time. Littermates, too, often share a unique thread of connection, a shared history from those first critical weeks that can manifest as a lifelong tenderness. While they must be guided to find their own independence, the bond they share remains a source of profound comfort, a reminder that in the journey of life, having someone who truly understands your beginning is a rare and beautiful gift. As you drift now into the quiet of the night, remember that these loyal souls are the keepers of our history and the partners of our hearts, walking beside us through the years with a love that never forgets. Watching two littermates interact as adults is like witnessing a quiet reunion between old friends. There is a visible ease in their movements, a deep familiarity that transcends years of separation, and an unspoken understanding that can only be forged in the very first weeks of life. They share a beginning, a shared origin that acts as a silent foundation for all the days that follow. But the dog's capacity for friendship is not limited to their own kind. They are remarkably social architects, building bridges of affection across the species divide. We see this in the dog who curls into a soft pile with the family cat, or the one who adopts a gentle, parental vigilance over a tiny duckling or a rabbit. Whether running alongside a horse in an open field or integrating into a mixed species herd on a quiet farm, dogs remind us that the desire for connection and community is a universal language, spoken through the simple acts of trust and play. Yet, because they love so deeply, dogs also know the heavy weight of grief. When a companion, canine or human, is lost, the silence that follows is felt acutely. A grieving dog may wander through the house, searching the familiar corners for a scent that has faded. They may carry the toys of their lost friend, or sleep in a bed that is no longer occupied. Their appetite may falter, and a profound lethargy may settle over them, a condition sometimes whispered to be broken heart syndrome. They understand absence with a quiet, somber clarity. To help them navigate this valley of shadows, we offer the comfort of routine and the warmth of extra presence, honoring their mourning with the same compassion we would show a grieving person. Their sorrow is real, a poignant testament to a heart that truly mattered. This depth of character is never more evident than in the brave souls who serve in the military and law enforcement. In the heat of conflict or the tension of a city street, these dogs, German Shepherds, Malinois, and Labradors, are far more than tools. They are heroes with a badge and a heartbeat. They face danger without hesitation, tracking explosives through dust and chaos, or pursuing a fleeing suspect through the night. The bond between a handler and their dog is forged in the fires of mutual survival. They trust one another with their very lives. When their service concludes, these warriors transition into a quiet retirement, often becoming the beloved pets of the families they once protected. They have earned their peace, their service a reminder that courage is often found walking on four paws. In the high, thin air of the mountains, the avalanche rescue dog is a shimmering beacon of hope. When the snow slides and time becomes a precious, dwindling resource, these dogs cover vast, unstable landscapes with a speed that no human can match. Their noses can pierce through feet of heavy snow to find a buried scent, signaling a find with an urgent bark or a frantic dig. To the dog, this life-saving work is a joyous game of hide and seek, a challenge met with wagging tails and a singular focus. Their enthusiasm in the face of brutal cold and thin oxygen is nothing short of miraculous, a spirit that has pulled countless lives from the white silence of the peaks. The versatility of the dog's nose continues to reveal new wonders, stretching far beyond the traditional roles of tracking and guarding. We now find dogs who can detect the hidden infestation of bed bugs in a hotel room, or conservation dogs who track endangered species to help protect the fragile balance of our ecosystems. There are arson dogs who sift through the ashes of a fire to find the truth, and allergy alert dogs who can sense the presence of a single peanut before it can cause harm. Even hidden electronics, such as hard drives and cell phones, cannot escape their scrutiny. The dog's nose is perhaps nature's most sophisticated sensor, and we have only begun to explore the horizons of its potential, a tool of precision driven by a heart of gold. Amidst all the work and the duty, there is the pure, unbridled joy of play. For a dog, play is not a mere pastime. It is a fundamental expression of their being. From the first tumbling wrestling matches of puppyhood to the exuberant play bow of an adult, play is how they bond, how they communicate, and how they celebrate the moment. When a dog invites you to play, with their front legs low and their eyes bright with a mischievous light, they are inviting you into a world of complete presence. In the middle of a chase or a game of fetch, they are fully engaged, inventing rules and improvising joy with an enthusiasm that is infectious. In these moments of leaping and spinning, we see their personalities most clearly: the strategic, the impulsive, the gentle, and the wild, all united in a singular, beautiful celebration of life. Sleep now, and dream of those open fields and the boundless joy of the chase, knowing that the world is a softer, brighter place because of the loyal hearts that walk beside us. In the theater of play, dogs are never performing. They are simply being, and there is a raw, unscripted beauty in that authenticity. For many, a game of fetch is not a mere pastime, but a fundamental calling. When a retriever's eyes lock onto a ball, they are tapping into a primal lineage of hunters and gatherers. That tennis ball is a proxy for the game they were bred to recover, and the joy they feel in the chase and the return is the satisfaction of a purpose fulfilled. It is an act of love to throw that ball, to give them the chance to do exactly what they were made to do, and to witness the breathless, again, please in their eyes when they drop it at your feet. We have also come to understand that games once feared, like tug of war, are actually healthy conduits for a dog's natural instincts. Far from teaching aggression, tug of war, played with boundaries and a release command, is a cooperative celebration of their strength. It allows them to be safely wild, mimicking the primal shaking of prey in a controlled, loving environment. It is a game of communication, not dominance, teaching them to control their impulses even when their hearts are racing. Similarly, we must look at the act of digging not as misbehavior, but as the echo of an ancient urge. To a dog, the smell of the earth and the sensation of dirt beneath their paws is a sensory treasure. Whether they are seeking a cool spot to rest or following the subterranean trail of a scent, they are following a calling older than the concept of a manicured lawn. By providing a sandbox or a designated digging pit, we allow them to indulge this essential part of their nature, respecting the drive that once built dens and unearthed sustenance in the wild. In the world of agility, this instinct is elevated to art. Watching a dog navigate tunnels, weaves, and jumps is to see teamwork made visible. It challenges their brilliant minds and their powerful bodies in equal measure, turning the bond between handler and dog into a fast-paced dance of trust and precision. While herding breeds often lead the pack with their intense focus, agility is a stage where any dog can shine, proving that intelligence and willingness are traits shared across the entire species. Perhaps the most profound revelation of modern science is the depth of a dog's emotional life. We now know that their hearts are capable of a rich spectrum of feeling, joy, fear, and a love that is biologically measurable. Brain imaging reveals that when a dog gazes at their person, the reward centers of their brain ignite in the same way ours do when we look at those we love. This is not projection. It is a shared biological language of affection. This emotional depth manifests most poignantly as empathy. When you are in distress, your dog does not merely watch, they feel. They approach with a nuzzle, a lean, or a lick, offering the humble and profound gift of their presence. They acknowledge your pain and wish you well in the only way they can, by being there. Yet, this intense attachment has a shadow side, separation anxiety. For a dog trapped in this panic, your departure feels like a permanent abandonment. It is not spite that leads them to bark or pace, but a genuine cycle of fear. By treating this with patience and professional support, we honor the vulnerability of their attachment, helping them understand that while we may go, we always return. Every dog navigates their world of affection differently. Some form one-person bonds, their loyalty a laser-focused beam directed at a single soul, while others are social ambassadors, spreading their love widely across every friend they meet. Regardless of their style, each dog is a singular mystery, a creature of deep feeling and ancient instinct, walking beside us as a partner in the complex, beautiful journey of life. As you drift into sleep tonight, let the image of their loyal eyes and their joyful, dirt-covered noses be your guide, knowing that to be loved by a dog is to be truly, fundamentally seen. The journey of a dog's love is as varied as the stars, manifesting in hearts that are either wide and generous or deep and singular. Some dogs are social butterflies, greeting the world with an open, wagging enthusiasm that sees every stranger as a potential friend. Others form a one-person bond, a loyalty so focused and intense that they become a silent shadow, following their chosen human from room to room. Neither path is superior. They are simply different expressions of a dog's individuality. This deep attachment, however, brings with it the very real and measurable emotion of jealousy. When a dog pushes between you and another, they aren't merely seeking attention. They are protecting a precious social resource. Science confirms that for a dog, your affection is a treasure they are hesitant to share, a testament to the profound value they place on their bond with you. As the years pass, the high-energy zoom eyes of youth give way to the quiet, golden era of the senior dog. Aging is a journey that requires our greatest patience and adaptation. We provide softer beds for aching joints, ramps for tired legs, and a more vigilant eye for the subtle signs of cognitive change. Yet, this time is a privilege, a chance to return the lifetime of care they have so freely given. A gray muzzle is not a sign of decline, but a badge of honor, a silvered map of every morning they greeted you and every tear they licked away. Their cloudy eyes, softened by lenticular sclerosis, have spent years watching over you with unwavering trust. To care for an elder dog is to honor a ripening of spirit, where the relationship moves beyond activity and into a deeper, more peaceful joy. The final responsibility of this partnership is perhaps the most difficult act of love, the decision to let go. When a dog's quality of life falters and suffering begins to outweigh joy, the choice of a gentle, humane end is a final gift of compassion. Being present in those last moments, speaking softly as they slip away, ensures they leave this world exactly as they lived in it, surrounded by the warmth of your love. The grief that follows is a profound, necessary weight. You are not mourning a pet, but a family member who shaped the very fabric of your daily existence. The lifespan of a dog is heartbreakingly brief, a concentrated distillation of love and loyalty packed into a few short years. While we may live for decades, they offer us a decade of presence so intense and unfiltered that it feels both eternal and far too short. They teach us the lesson of impermanence, that while all things pass, the beauty of the connection is never diminished by its end. Every gray hair and every slow step is a memory of a mile walked together, a reminder to love fully and without reservation for as long as we are given. From the dawn of human history, dogs have been our silent partners, shaping our civilization as much as we have shaped theirs. They made us better hunters, guarded our first fires, and herded the flocks that allowed us to build cities. But their greatest legacy is less tangible. They have woven themselves into our myths, our art, and our hearts as symbols of a fidelity that transcends species. They have taught us how to be more human by showing us what it means to love without condition. Even when they are gone, they leave paw prints on our hearts that never truly fade, an enduring legacy of a bond that began in the mists of prehistory and continues in every wag, every nudge, and every loyal gaze today. To be human is to have walked a path paved with the quiet loyalty of dogs. They have been our shadows through the long arc of evolution, moving with us from the flickering light of ancient campfires to the bustling streets of modern cities. Every dog you see is a living archive, a genetic library, that holds thousands of years of shared history made flesh. Those floppy ears and wagging tails are not accidents. They are the physical results of a millennia-long dialogue between our species. Whether it is the soft mouth of a retriever or the vigilant heart of a guardian, every dog carries the stories of ancestors who helped us survive, hunt, and thrive. When you bring a dog into your life, you aren't just adopting a pet. You are adding your own chapter to an epic narrative that began in the mists of prehistory. Beyond their history, dogs offer us the profound gift of the present moment. In a world where we are often lost in the shadows of yesterday or the anxieties of tomorrow, dogs are our anchors to the now. They do not ruminate, they inhabit. They find a universe of joy in a single stick, a splash in a puddle, or the simple sound of your voice. This is mindfulness in its purest, most natural form, an invitation to shed our distractions and fully inhabit the life we are living. When you pet your dog and they lean into your hand, they are reminding you that happiness does not require a grand stage. It requires only your attention and your presence. This presence is fueled by a love that is truly unconditional. Dogs do not keep score of our mistakes or judge us for our flaws. They do not wait for us to be perfect to offer their hearts. They love us simply for existing. They are the first to forgive and the last to leave our side through illness or heartbreak. This grace is a rare and healing force, teaching us that we are worthy of affection not for what we achieve, but for the fundamental truth of who we are. We find the essence of this bond in the quietest moments, the soft click-clack of paws on a wooden floor that tells you are never truly alone, or the deep, contented sigh a dog lets out as they settle beside you. That sigh is a profound signal of safety. It is their way of saying, "I am home and I am safe with you." When a dog sleeps deeply in your presence, exposing their belly in a position of total vulnerability, they are offering the highest form of trust. They believe in your protection so completely that they can let go of the world and drift into their own dreams. As the dawn breaks and the gray light of morning fills the room, the simple ritual of waking up together begins. There is no rush, only the slow wag of a tail and the warmth of a companion ready to meet the new day by your side. These ordinary moments, the morning stretch, the shared silence over coffee, are the threads that weave a life of meaning. They remind us that companionship is its own kind of wealth, and that even the most routine day is a gift when shared with a loyal friend. As we reach the end of this journey, let the gratitude for these extraordinary creatures wash over you. They are our teachers in loyalty, our healers in sorrow, and our constant reminders of the beauty of the present. Whether they are resting at your feet or living on in your most cherished memories, they have changed you, leaving paw prints on your heart that time can never erase. Close your eyes now, breathe in the peace of their presence, and drift into a deep, restful sleep. Somewhere, a dog is dreaming too, safe, loved, and forever faithful. Good night.